Hey Coach, Assistant Coach Ben here from My Assistant Coach, and I'm here to help you choose the right soccer formation in only 2 steps. Today we'll explore the different formations, evaluate players, and select the optimal formation based on the players available to you now. Soccer formations define how players are positioned on the field. They are characterized by numbers in a sequence from the most defensive to the most attacking. For instance, a 4-4-2 has 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 2 forwards. Defenders defend their team's goal, midfielders are key for the transition between defense and offense, and forwards primarily attack and score the goals. In this video today, we are covering 7 vs 7 soccer. US Soccer assigns the U9 and U10 ages to this size team, with a goalkeeper, build-out line, and a size 4 soccer ball. Otherwise, the rules are mostly the same as 11v11. There are a lot of formations that are used within the 7v7, but there are some that are more common. The 3-3 and the 2-2-2 are the simplest to teach and implement, while formations such as the 1-3-2 and the 1-2-2-1 are more complicated and require specific skill sets. Today's video is not an in-depth review of the possible formations. I'll touch on a few, but I will not be going deep because there are countless videos and guides on Google and YouTube that will go into depth on those. You and I are going to be figuring out which formation you should use based on your players. There are 2 ways to do that. One is manually and boring, and the other is automatically. I have been in your situation, and I want you to have a free tool to assist you to easily calculate your formation. In the video description, there is a link to download your free Excel workbook that will complete all the calculations for you. I will be showing you how to do this manually, but I will be using screenshots from the template. Feel free to pause the video and go download that template now. For step 1 of our 2-step process, I highly recommend using a spreadsheet program of some type. Either the Excel file I provided or Google Sheets will work. We are going to need 8 columns for this exercise. In the first column, label it name or something similar. Then type in all of their names. Then we need 7 more columns with the following labels: experience, aggression, speed, defending, midfield, attacking, and vision. When you have that done, it should look something like this. Time for step 2 of 2, and this is where we get to rate each of the players. Now before you get started, I want you to consider that you are the only person that will ever see these ratings. You need to be honest and thoughtful. You also need to be able to identify differences in your players. For example, if you rate everyone average, we won't be able to make a decision on which formation you should use. Take some time, pause the video, and rate each of the players in each of the categories with the options from above. These will be drop-downs in the template if you downloaded that. If you are using a template, you'll see the formations appear and disappear at the top as you fill it out. The template uses logic based on all of your inputs to eliminate or highlight the best choices of formation. Once you have it completely filled out, you will see the suggested formations at the top. It was that simple. You will likely see 2 to 4 formations at the top. I will briefly describe some of these formations, but first, I need to help those that did not use the free tool. For those that did not download the template, to manually figure out the formation, the first thing you need to do is look at the combinations of experience that include new, timid aggression, average or slow speed, and average or weak defending and attacking. Count up the players that you would classify as weaker players. Remember, this is as of today. The hope is that they will improve and you can revisit this exercise as often as needed. If that number of players is more than 50% of the overall team, you will want to look at utilizing those players in less critical positions. If this is the case, you will want to pick a formation that can utilize the strengths of the stronger players up the spine of the team, which is the central part of the field, and playing the rest out wide. Every position on the field will be engaged in the game and have chances on the ball, but this creates a stronger base for defense and offense and will lead to a more positive experience for players and families. If you completed the calculations and determined that you should be using a formation with a larger percentage of less skilled players, the 3-3, the 2-3-1, and the 4-2 are good options, each with pros and cons. But each of these offers the ability to build a strong spine of the team and deploy the weaker players in the less critical positions. The 3-3 is one of the easiest formations to teach a young team. There is a right, a center, and a left position of defense and midfield. With 4 wing players, if your percentage of inexperienced players was very high, this offers plenty of opportunities for them to play. Experienced players can also find success in this formation, but it can limit the attacking threat due to so many players on defense. The 3-3 is the easiest to teach and learn, and offers outlets for newer players to play in less critical roles. The 2-3-1 formation is a great formation that can provide width and works well with 2 strong defenders. The center mid in this formation needs to be able to play with the ball at their feet and able to support on defense. This player will determine if the team will win. The single striker does limit the attacking threat, but the center mid or wingers can support and provide the chances. In summary, this formation will work very well for a team that has a player or 2 that can really dominate in the center midfield, and provides positions for inexperienced players on the wings. More defensive than the 3-3 is the 4-2. This formation is a park the bus style setup and will offer little in the form of attack, unless the front 2 are exceptional. If the wingers are strong, they could move forward on offense and flip the formation into a 2-4 and provide a heavy attack threat. But there are better formations to choose if you have quality wingers. This is not a popular formation and has more drawbacks than positives. If there are some strong defenders on the team, the 1-1-3-1 formation is very similar to the 2-3-1 formation, but creates more layers of defense as the defenders don't play sides of the field, but rather adjust to the play. This requires defenders that have exceptional vision, but otherwise is the same as the 2-3-1 for midfield and forward. This is a more advanced version of the 2-3-1, but requires exceptional defenders. For the teams that have fewer inexperienced players, or aren't going to be hindered by them playing in critical positions, the 2-2-2, 2-1-2-1, 3-1-2, or a 3-1-1-1 formation is a good choice. The 2-2-2 formation is similar to the 3-3 in that it is a very straightforward formation to teach and understand. It consists of 2 defenders, 2 mids, and 2 attackers, each in a left and a right orientation. This formation will have all players involved for larger portions of the game, and is very strong on defense, with 2 mids supporting the defenders for a total of 4 players. And the same up top when they support the attackers, to have 4 in attack. While it is very strong in the center of the field, it is weak on the wings if the team does not know how to adjust. This is a very strong formation, but it can be exposed on the flanks. The 1-2-2-1 is a very difficult formation to play against. It is extremely strong on defense, as there are so many layers to get through, but it suffers more than the 2-2-2 when the ball play is out wide. This formation is also highly effective in attack, as the layers provide a compact passing structure, so long as the players are capable and willing passers. This is a much more difficult formation to teach and learn because of the many layers, but it is not impossible. Players will seem to be everywhere, and there are numerical advantages at the center of the field, but they can be taken advantage of on the wings. The 3-1-2 is a defensively strong formation, with the defenders and a center mid that can help cover. It can also be strong on offense, with 2 strikers and a center mid that likes to get forward. This is another formation that heavily relies on the capabilities of the center mid to determine the success of the team. If you have a very strong center mid, I would consider this formation, but be cautious that it could become too defensive if the center mid stays back, or very exposed if the center mid does not come back to support the defense. The 3-2-1 formation is one that accommodates the less experience in the wingback roles, but also has the support of 2 center mids. If the team does not need to utilize the wings for inexperienced players, the wingers have the opportunity to support the attacking phase, and still have plenty of support should they turn it over. On paper, on defense, it would look like a 3-2-1, but on offense, when those wingers get forward, it would flip and become a 1-2-3. This formation is also very easy to teach, as it forms a lot of triangles, and teaching triangles early on will help at all levels of play. In summary, in 2 steps today, we were able to determine your team's formation. 3 if you did not download the free file. Now that you know what formation to use, go implement it, put the players in place, and test it out. Please leave your comments below and share your successes. Join us next time on how to structure an effective practice session. I will have another free tool for you to use to simplify the process. If you enjoyed this video and the assistance I am providing, please like and comment below. Subscribe to be notified when new videos are posted.